and welcome to another episode of Into the Minds of Madness, a horror movie podcast covering the classics, the just released, the oft-forgotten gems, and the absolute train wrecks. I'm your scaredy cat, Paul McWhirter, and sitting with me is your local horror aficionado, Mr. Chris Dicker.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Oh, pretty well. Pretty good.
Pretty well?
Yeah.
I mean, we're recording these two episodes back to back,
Yeah.
so this is our second time in the recording chairs.
Mood has
for
not
the day.
changed.
No,
Still
it
happy.
has not. Still happy. Still happy. That's good. I mean, if something had changed that quickly in the last couple of hours, I'd be wondering what was up.
Yeah, something would have gone
So,
really,
yeah.
really bad really quick.
So we are back to cover part 2 of It.
Yes, episode 2 of the miniseries.
Episode 2.
Yes.
So
This is the adult version.
the adult version, yes. Yeah. So
Hmm.
it was good.
It was good. If you've already listened to part 1, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to explain what's already happened because that's in the past, man. That
Yeah.
was an hour and a half ago.
Yep. Just go back and listen to it. It'll be sitting there on the feed.
But yeah, this follows where they are now from the phone calls. They've all met up and what happens 30 years after that
Yeah.
event. It was pretty good. Like, I will say probably not as strong as the first half, but
Yeah, I'd agree.
still pretty decent. Like, it summed it up.
Yes. Yes.
It had a nice little bow on it. I was happy with the ending.
Yeah.
Some parts, maybe not.
Mm.
But all in all,
Yeah. All in all,
it still holds up to me.
as a whole,
Mm.
this is a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
I was a bit worried that like this would be a dream catcher moment again, that like I'd be just nostalgia being powerful and
Yeah.
thinking it's going to be better than it is, but no, it still holds up. I enjoyed myself so much watching this again.
Yeah.
It proved itself that it's definitely the movie I hyped up.
Pardon me.
Hmm.
Well, I think. Well, let's start off with the things that that kind of rubbed me a bit weirdly.
Okay. Sure.
So I guess the performances, the acting.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to forgive the kids, but these guys it's a little harder.
Even the director, I was doing a little bit of research. He even feels the second half wasn't as strong as the first because of it being adults. It couldn't capture the same chemistry as the kids had together.
Yeah.
Which is hard to make because kids can make friends with each other within half an hour.
Yeah.
But adults, they've got their own baggage, their
Yeah.
own egos to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to recreate that.
Which makes a lot of sense. It does make a lot of sense.
So like I forgave it in parts. Other parts, I was just like, oh man, really? that didn't work.
Yeah, like, well, let's talk about the montages.
Man, I thought we were only going to get the one, but we got three in this
We
part,
got
didn't
three. Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like just in relation to what we were just talking about chemistry and stuff, I feel like the montages were there to kind of try and force some kind of chemistry.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, it's the same song every time as well.
Yes. Yeah. The same song that we heard last in part 1.
In the dam music. Friends building a dam montage.
I have it written down. Hold on. Let me.
Was it?
The impressions.
There we
It's
are.
all right. Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah. So we had.
Grown men bicycling.
Yeah, grown men bicycling. Oh my god.
Riding a bike in the fucking
The
playground.
Bike Friends montage. So that
yes,
was,
that's better. Bike Friends montage.
Bike Friends montage.
Jesus.
So that's Bill and Mike riding Silver around.
And they're just like, I get it. You're capturing reconnecting with your youth. But
Yeah.
goddamn, do you have to be so?
It was so on the nose, like
And with that mullet, fucking ponytail, and a tucked in shirt and tie, riding a bike. If it hit me wrong, it hit me so wrong.
I just want to say something as well about Bill's fucking tie.
Yeah.
It was always off center the entire time. Like it was like they were
Yeah.
purposely putting it there, like it's pinned off center.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking
It was
annoying.
pissing you off.
It was pissing me off so badly. Oh my god, I couldn't deal with it.
It's pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Some of those little details. It's like I think Bill was the one that rubbed me the wrong way
Yeah.
majority of the time.
I also think, because we were just talking about just before we started recording, like, what else is he in? And I looked through, like, he's still a working actor, like, but he's never been able to, like, hit those highs kind of thing and, like, really
he seems
break
like
through.
one to stay in TV.
Yeah, definitely. Like, But it's also because we recognize him in some way, like, but whether it's just familiarity or it's actually him, that was pissing me off as well because I couldn't work it out.
Yeah,
so that was kind of in the back of my mind the whole time.
And it's like it's another character who writes horror.
Oh my god! And he had to bring it up like all the time as well, didn't he?
No, like, I'm the one who writes horror, guys.
Yeah.
We get it, Stephen King. You write horror movies.
I'm used to writing about horror stories, not living them. Like, oh fuck, shut up.
And this didn't help, but before we started watching it, we were talking about Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Yeah, and how much he looks like.
He looks so much like Garth Marenghi.
Yeah, he does.
I shouldn't have done that because the entire time I'm thinking, what's Garth up to?
Yeah,
what's Garth doing in Maine?
Yeah. Well, I did like in so it has them all like arriving in Derry and doing whatever. Which in the book, what happens is they all meet up for dinner or for lunch, and then they go out and kind of go for walks and try and trigger memories, and they come back and meet at the library. Yeah. And this one, it's the opposite way. So they all just arrive, have the little moments, and meet for dinner. And as soon as they meet for dinner, as soon as Bill rocks up, somebody is like, "What's this?" and goes onto his ponytail. Yes. He's like, "What's this?" Like, so I'm really glad that they like put a little hat on it. Yeah, like I'm so glad they did that
because we spoke about it before, but it's always just I question why. Like, who's that ponytail for? Like, what is he trying to be cool? Like,
it was so strange. It was so weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It was such an odd choice. I don't. He didn't have a mullet in the ponytail in the book. I don't think.
It's like a metalhead Monday to Friday, and then and then on the weekends he pulls it out and lets his hair down and goes to like a thrash metal concert.
You go to the bank and you go to the teller and it's a big dude with long hair. You're like, that's these two things don't match.
Yeah, exactly.
You should be selling records somewhere. Like,
yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah, exactly. Or working at a Billy Hyde or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, something
talking
like
about the specs of a new tube amp or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, denying people stairway. So when they all arrive, at the dinner as well, the way when Bev arrives, she faints because she's like, "Oh, it was like a wave of of memories coming back."
With memories, yeah.
And then, but when she wakes up and the way she like kisses Ben.
And Bill.
Oh, sorry. Well, the way she kisses Bill is so, and then Bill kind of holds her as well.
Yeah, they
it's like, what the fuck?
They almost make out pretty much.
Yeah, and
everyone's was. Well, like Ben was just like, "Are you serious, bro? You're still doing this? You're still cutting it in?"
Yeah, and well, because Ben got a kiss as well. Like when she woke up, Ben got
Richie got one.
Yeah.
But it's I get it. You're happy to, but I've never known people to kiss another person on the lips that isn't dating
and like so passionately. It was just it was really strange.
I've never met someone. How you doing? Mwah.
Yeah,
right on the lips.
Yeah, it was because there's not really any like there's some like kind of little meet cute little bits in the first part, but there's not really anything to do with them having a relationship or anything like that. So that felt a bit tacked on.
You know what? It felt like they were still trying to be kids.
Yeah,
a little bit. Like there was some things where it's just like the end. Speaking of things that bugged us, was just I don't know if that was the same in the book with using it's not the same in the book. It's not silver coins. It's the silver nuggets or whatever it is. Just like that's kid thinking to go back to attack the monster with the same slingshot and the same thing.
Yeah,
and expecting it to work.
That's a whole thing in the book as well about that, like about how kids just like blindly believe something. And then as adults, you don't have that blind belief anymore. Yeah. So it was almost them, trying to reconnect to that feeling they had as kids by taking the silver bullets kind of thing. But it's there's a lot more. I guess detail.
It would be more fleshed out in the book,
just way more fleshed out and made more sense. Like, so that kind of felt like it was lacking a little bit because there's like a whole plan of them trying to like melt the bullets down and like make a slug kind of thing. So this is kind of just a little bit just tacked on.
This felt stupid in a way. It's just the way it went out, like
the way it played out.
It's like yeah, do you really think that shooting the hard bit on the giant crab monster thing, tarantula,
Yeah.
is gonna affect it? Aim for the bright shiny. Have you never played a video game before? Like,
Yeah.
aim for the
yeah.
bright shiny thing. That always works.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just I don't know. Even like Eddie's death, it felt like it should have been bigger.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much has the exact same line in the book where he's like, "Don't call me that. I hate it when you call me that."
But like just like how he saves the three, and it felt like I was watching Three Stooges, where one runs into the lights and the other was like, "Hey, I'll get you."
Yeah.
Wait, don't go there.
And in the book, it's like Bill goes in, everyone's like paralyzed in fear, and Bill's like fighting it with his mind, and then he kind of gets Pennywise starts kind of, I guess, getting the one up on him,
Right.
and then Richie notices it and goes, no, Ben notices it and goes, "Oh fuck." No, Richie notices it and goes, "Oh fuck," runs in. Then that's when Eddie runs in and Eddie's like fighting it as well. Like he's doing all that kind of stuff as well, and ends up saving them. Yeah, but it's like it's them, like it's almost like there's a plane, like a purgatory kind of thing when they're fighting it.
Okay.
And it's like they can see the edge, and when they go over that edge, that's when they're gone, kind of thing. And it's this thing about like biting its tongue, kind of thing, to like stop it and like to be like, it was like this whole thing to like just fucking joke with it, like just make jokes, like, and that's what Richie does. He just jumps in there, starts doing all his voices at it, kind of thing, and
yeah.
So it's
that would have been
there's
better.
so much more cool shit going on in that last bit
It would have
in
been
the
cool.
book. It's so fucking cool.
That show to me feel like that's when in Dreamcatcher with the memory factory or whatever it is, that's when we should have got something like that for the ending. Just going into a different plane.
Yeah.
In their heads, that would have been way cooler.
Ooh,
Then
that just makes me kind of excited that we might see that in the remake.
'Cause from what I've been doing a little bit of reading, I refuse to watch any more trailers. I've said this before. I'm not getting on the hype train because I don't want to be disappointed. I don't think I'm gonna be, but I read that the director, he's not like he's dissing on the movie, but he's not a fan of the 1990 this version, which is probably going to be a good thing because he's kind of saying that I'm not trying to recreate Tim Curry's performance or any of that. It's the book, as close as he can do to the book, which is. Let's hope he does it.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. From what I've heard, there's not going to be like a spider creature at the end, which could mean that it's more of a mind thing as well. And I guess with the image of Pennywise that they've built up for this new movie, I think he's gonna be the clown form more than anything else.
Yeah, it'd be cool if he ended up in like Stranger Things, the Demogorgon, whatever it is, like the monster in that. How it's just this big, tall, grey thing with like the pedal mouth. Like if it was something like still humanoid. It was just like Pennywise just got bigger and like his skin ripped off and became this huge thing. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, like as much as I'm always one to say I want to see the stupid monster. This definitely felt a bit out of place. Like having this big crab thing. Yeah, even the way it just kind of stood there and its arms were kind of crossed. It felt. Shall I get next?
Yeah, it felt weird. It felt weird.
It
didn't really feel like it fit. Yeah,
like that's the one thing that I think is not they just couldn't pull off was that ending. Yeah, it's the one thing where the budget would have came into it and just all the restrictions. Because it's a shame, but it did a better miniseries than a lot of other Stephen King miniseries.
Yeah, this is quite good. But I noticed the problem in this one that we noticed in Dreamcatcher, where they were trying to put all these like nuanced things in it, like Eddie's like going to the pharmacy and finding out that it's just his inhaler is just a placebo, because that really in the book that really sets up Eddie kind of overcoming his mother. Yeah, like because a lot of his fears are his mother as well. Oh, for sure. So this is kind of overcoming it. So in the movie, he goes sees the pharmacist and then runs off, and that's and then that because that's in his flashbacks, in Eddie's flashback when he's arrived, and then he goes and sees the pharmacist like 30 years later. Because
I remember in the book, wasn't it he was playing on the weighing station or something like that? He was just playing in the pharmacist?
Oh yeah, that's right at the start. That's right near the beginning. Yeah, that's so that's kind of where you really notice how fucking crazy Eddie's mum is. Yeah. but then he goes back and he has this chat with with the pharmacist, and then he leaves, and Henry comes at him.
Oh, right.
And Henry breaks his arm.
That's right. You were telling me that's the big moment of the breaking the arm.
Yeah, and then he gets put in the hospital. All the other kids come and see him, and his mum shoos him off, and then he's just like, "Fuck you, mum! You shooed my friends away. Like they're important to me, blah blah." blah. And it's just like, "Fuck yeah, Eddie!
Go Eddie!
Yeah, go Eddie! Like get that one up." And because in the book I love Eddie, so that section of the book is just like, "Fuck yes!" Like I love that bit.
I think that's why I was so disappointed with the lack of impact his death had. You know what I mean? Like it just felt like he jumped in front, his attack failed. It grabbed him, it dropped him, he died. Like, I just wanted a little bit more because, again, it's so cool to see Eddie back then become the hero. Yeah. Him stepping up and being the hero again. I don't know. It just, it was just a shame. Yeah, it kind of felt a bit flat, didn't it? Yeah. I don't know. It also might be the fact that there are like 7 main characters kind of thing. So I guess kind of hard to flesh them all out. It is. Which makes sense. Yeah, it's like they spent time on other stuff and then in sometimes maybe they just didn't, they kind of forgot about it and didn't spend enough time on that.
Like, and I was quite curious to see who they were going to bring from outside Derry. So Audra, Bill's wife, also who else came?
There was no one else in the movie.
Audra,
I don't know about the book.
Oh sorry, and Henry escaping the mental home. That was the other person I was thinking of. But then also in the book, Bev's husband comes.
Oh, does he?
As well. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that's a cool bit. And him just trying to hunt her down.
I didn't think we'd see him again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So so they did. So that's where I was interested whether they were going to bring all 3, like so Henry, Audra, and Tom. But then they ended up bringing 2 out of 3. So I was like, why don't you just go the whole hog and get the 3rd as well? Like,
I've got to say, I don't think I could handle seeing that prick again.
Oh yeah, his head rubbed me the wrong way. Honestly, just looking at him,
he just had that punchable face. Just that shit-eating grin.
Yeah,
I'm doing well, and I shouldn't be doing well.
Yeah, exactly. One thing we forgot to mention. When we were talking about the Bike Friends montage, because we got so excited about that, there was Dinner Friends montage.
Well, that's right. We got sidetracked with Dinner Friends montage.
Dinner Friends montage. So we had a Bike Friends montage and a Dinner Friends montage and a Damn Friends montage in the first part.
I think I remember like in this, I think it was this montage, I was like, I can smell a montage. Like,
yes, you literally, that's exactly what you said.
It just reeked of it.
Yeah, it was a great moment because they were like, so they were sitting at a table, all the food was coming out, like slowly, and they were just inane chit chat kind of thing. Yeah. And Chris just goes, I smell a montage. Literally,
it's so right.
Yeah, literally 4 seconds later, that music just starts playing. We're like, oh my God, a montage.
There's nothing quite like seeing friends laughing.
Yeah, exactly. And just chowing down and doing bits with their food.
Oh, fuck. That's probably my favorite scene is like when Richie's doing one of his lame bits.
Oh, yes.
And the waitress
is sitting there just like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Like, white people think this funny?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Funny.
What's wrong with you fucking idiots? Like, oh, that was great. But then as that montage finishes and they start actually talking about proper issues that they're having, the camera just keeps spinning around the table.
Thank you for bringing this up. Yeah.
And it goes for almost like 2 minutes.
That dude needed to calm.
Yeah, he needed to calm the hell down on that. Because that was starting to give me vertigo.
Oh, yeah. I looked away because I was just like, okay, no. Yeah. Who am I looking at? Bill, your hair is distracting me.
Yeah.
I don't need you spinning as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And just Richie just going crazy as well. Like, I think that really fell flat as well, the Richie character.
I don't know what happened there. Like,
that annoyed me.
That was a moment of like, I remember him being funny the first time I watched him. And now it's like, oh my God, he is not even funny once. Yeah. Like, he has one funny moment as adult Richie that I can remember.
Is that when they're in the library?
Yeah, and Bill has the freak out.
And he's sitting on the counter?
Yeah, and Bill's talking about his stuttering. And then Richie just comes in and says, hey, to tell you, pal, it ain't working.
Oh yeah,
only funny thing he did.
Yeah, which was great because I'm so glad they brought that in as well. He thrusts his fists against the post and still insists he sees the ghosts. That is a huge part in the book as well. Yeah, like when he first starts fighting with it, like
Oh, that's what he uses.
Telepathically. Yeah, he just uses that like over
God,
and
he
over
loves
and over again.
telepathic stuff, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah.
God, he loves that shit.
Yeah. So yeah, but I just
genius.
really like that kind of little tongue twister. I reckon that's really cool, and I'm so glad they used it. So glad they used it. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like, he's mentioning spinning. Like, I'm just going through some of my notes, and in the scene with Ben, he's in the cab. He's come back to home. And he's gone down to the Barrens, met the ghosts, all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, and saw the other kid that was like him. Yeah.
And he's in the car, and the balloon pops up.
Oh yeah.
He was spinning it off camera.
Oh,
that's why I turned around.
Of course, I didn't think about that.
By the string.
Of course he did.
No, that makes me laugh so much. I thought of him like, what's happening? Spin. God damn, I love that. There's a lot of fun facts I'm reading here. Like, the grey in Mike's hair was achieved with baby powder applied with a toothbrush.
Oh, nice. So, he was. I reckon Mike might have been MVP.
Yeah. Oh, he was the strongest.
He was fucking great. Yeah.
He was the strongest member of that cast.
Just before I forget, because I didn't write it down, but I just had this thought pop in my head.
Do you have another flashback? Yeah.
Whenever one of them is like, so whenever Mike's writing and there's a narration going on.
Yes.
And also when Henry Bowers is talking to Belch.
Yeah.
With his mind.
Oh, right.
The face acting that they're doing while they're...
Sure. Is it?
Yeah. That just, it's so much face acting, especially Henry Bowers. Like,
oh, man.
Like, fuck, it was so good. It was so good.
You haven't seen any of like the Scanner series, have you?
No.
I think it was 2 or 3. I can't remember which one. But there is a Scanner's like mind, like a psychic battle, and it's just 2 people in a room staring at each other doing exactly
just
that.
Face acting.
Dude, that is a bad movie. Whichever one it is.
God, that is fucking great.
As soon as you mentioned that, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, there's the Scanner moments.
Just the face acting was incredible, and then and speaking of face acting, also the amount of deaths that happen. And it's just somebody screaming while the camera just zooms in on their face.
Yeah, it's the same like random just background scream. Like,
yeah,
the first one with the little girl, like her mouth doesn't open at all.
Yeah, no, her mouth isn't open.
Like,
at all. Yeah, but that's what I love. Or when they were about to have a flashback, which happens a lot in this second part.
God damn,
because they're remembering stuff and just they're like, oh, I remember, and just slowly zooms in as it fades away. Fades into the next, into their flashback.
Comes into
fucking
focus.
Great, yeah. It was
like Bill does the Home Alone thing on his hand.
Oh yes. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So as much as I'm ripping on this, I fucking loved it.
Oh, I loved every second of it. Like, there's some terrible bits, but
did you notice how many times Eddie fucking took his glasses off and put them back on?
No, but
yeah, man, you won't miss it next time. Honestly,
damn, I wish I noticed that.
He, like in that, so when they get to the hotel room, that whole scene up to them leaving, he probably takes his glasses off maybe 4 or 5 times.
So he just didn't know what to do with his hands.
Yeah. and then when they were giving, when Mike's like, oh yeah, I found this at the crime scene, and shows him Phil's photo, he just like grabs his glasses and hastily puts them on. It's like, I didn't even see you take them off that time.
They were just already off.
Yeah. Just like the continuity of his glasses just wasn't up.
Oh, that's funny. There's a lot of, now that I think about like little eccentricity, there's some weird, like if I was, one of the staff at that motel or at that restaurant or anything like that, I'm like, you are some weird people.
You are some weird fucks.
Because
the way they just fucking leg it out the restaurant as well when they're done.
They leg it, yeah. Oh,
yeah, and the way they leg it out the hotel rooms. Oh, just chuck it on my car, blah, blah, blah. Just
But there's that one scene where like Ben is telling about how he lost all the weight, but how to improve himself to a track.
Oh, with the coach, yeah, that's in the book too.
But the way he was
massaging Bev as well.
And it's not like him. Everyone is so touchy feely with each other, and it's like, yo, are we about to break out a bowl and put our keys in it? Like, what's going on?
And then the way that when she's doing that, when he's doing that, the way that like she's grabbing on his hand and like kind of like kissing it, and like kind of touching it and stuff like that.
Guys, there's other people in the room.
Yeah, it's like relax, and
cool your boots.
I would say get a room, but you do already have one.
You have several to choose from.
Yeah, you just. Oh well, they always did do it. It's like, oh, you guys want a jacket? I'll give you all your keys. He pretty much
Oh my
did.
god, yeah.
He was slyly trying to start a key party.
John
He was
Ritter.
slyly trying to start a key party.
Ben,
John
you
Ritter,
dirty,
you
dirty
dog.
boy.
You dog.
Man, that is a one-sided fight. That one. God damn. Too much.
Goddamn John Ritter. Getting all over everybody.
Wait.
The camera shadow. So we're in the sewers, and they're following the paper boat.
Georgie's boat.
Georgie's boat.
Fuck yes.
It goes towards them. They're in the center of this thing.
Yeah.
It goes towards them, and you can see the reflection of the camera on the dolly.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's great. And then
Oh,
when the
that's
boat
coming
leaves, it happens again. It happens twice. So like I noticed it on the first one. I'm like, oh my god, Chris, there's a reflection of the camera. I'm like, fuck, gotta rewind that. And then as it leaves, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna happen again, isn't it? It's gonna happen again. There it is. It's there.
It felt brighter the second time. It was much more. Oh man, that's one of my favorite things to do with these movies is like try and find
Just
the
rip it
faults.
apart.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's
so good.
That's another big tick towards Blu-ray releases as well.
Oh,
You wouldn't have been able to see that on a VHS, would you?
No
You wouldn't
way.
have even noticed it.
Fuck.
Sorry, you had some more trivia?
Yeah, like just I mentioned it when we were watching it. Like, there's some. I think what threw me off in this movie in this second half is some of the adult stuff is very heavy-handed, very kind of just like too obvious. Like it's like we get it, you're friends, you're very close, we get it.
Yeah.
But they did it with some other things as well, and one is in that Henry Bowers scene when he is just about to break out. And Belch, like the dead Belch, comes out from under the bed and is talking to him about, you gotta break free. You can do it. And he's like, I can't. The security guard Kuntz is on tonight. Kuntz is the worst.
Yep.
And if you may know, Dean Kuntz is supposedly his rival writer at the time.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you could have just called him Kuntz and get killed, but did you have to say Kuntz is the worst?
Yeah.
Like jibbing at the camera. Like,
They do the exact same thing in the book. I'm not sure if he's named Kuntz though, but that interaction does happen. So yeah, so I wouldn't surprise me if it is Kuntz.
oh man, that's funny.
It's
But
so good.
that was probably the weakest death as well. The dog, just a dog in the Pennywise thing. And
Yeah.
you don't see anything. It's just a slow-mo fallback.
And that is the longest hold on somebody's face as well while they're dying. That just went on for way too long.
No shadow on him.
It was
anything.
uncomfortable. It was really uncomfortable, that bit.
There's another good. I'm glad you said that. There's another uncomfortable moment with Eddie near the end there when they're just about to go into its domain. And
Oh yeah, and he's just like, oh, you know how before when I told you guys I was seeing somebody, I'm not. I've never actually been with anybody. Like, and Richie's like, oh, what are you trying to say? You're a virgin? And he's just like, yeah, pretty much.
what do you want to do about that?
Yeah, and you're the only guys because I couldn't be with somebody who I don't love, and I don't love anybody except for you guys. It's like, all right, into it's there we go.
Let's go.
It's
On
like,
that note, let's get that.
that was
sour taste
really
out of our mouth.
weird.
Because that felt like such a wasted moment. Because I thought they were going to say, because they changed it from the book, that in the book he's married.
Yeah, and his mum's dead.
His mum's dead.
When he gets the call, he's married to a slightly larger lady, and he's pretty much saying like, yeah, I married my mum.
Yeah.
So in this, when he leaves to go back to Derry, he's still living with his mum.
Yeah. But he still owns the limo company and he's working at the Pacino job. And all that.
I'm so glad they still name check the Pacino. I think I said that in the last episode, but yeah.
But they, I thought for sure they were going to reveal that the guy who was giving him the lift he works with was his partner. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
and at the end, and that's what I thought he was going to reveal. That he was going to reveal, I'm gay. That's what I was expecting, and they didn't. They gave us that weird virgin thing. And I'm like, I know it's a different time, but come on, you could have they already kind of made waves with that scene with the blood coming out of Georgie's book, like that made an impact. I think it was the first time to get away with that much blood, really, in that
Oh,
kind of
really?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading here, like it was quite a shocking thing, and kind of opened it up for other things.
I got to admit, the blood looked pretty bad. It looked like red paint.
Oh yeah,
like,
but it was more like the being on a small dead.
Yeah,
kid
of course. Yeah,
shit
which
like
makes
that.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, nah, you guys could have made such an impact by saying your hero is gay.
Mm.
Why the
Yeah.
hell not? And
Yeah.
because they even had a tender moment when he's on the train and he waves back at him. It's like,
Yeah, that. Yeah.
it just feels like a
As soon as you
useless
said
character.
that you could make him the partner, I was just like, that was the first thing that reminded me of it, just him waving.
Yeah,
And they had a really good to and fro in the limo as well.
it just made so much sense to make that the case, but it just feels like they forgot about it. It's like, Eddie's supposed to have a character
They're
arc.
too scared. It's like they were too scared.
Mm.
Or I don't know why they just didn't make him have a wife. Like,
Yeah, why did he have to be with his mother?
yeah.
Yeah, there's some necessary changes and some strange changes that didn't really need.
Yeah,
they could have played out exactly the same.
Because that doesn't make sense for his character arc then. Like, how can he be getting over his fears of his mother if he's just going back to live with her?
Yeah, he hasn't ever gotten over them.
That doesn't work with his arc then very well, does it?
Yeah, they kind of
Screwed the pooch on that, didn't they?
Ben's one was alright and Bill's one was okay. Like everyone else is
Yeah.
okay. But again, some of the changes they could have played out exactly the same if they hadn't changed. Like Richie's one, that could have played out exactly the same if they had have just made him a radio host like he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It would have made more sense with his over the top like he's fast talking and shit like that. Had to work for radio.
Instead, they made him a fucking prop comedian.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, they did some weird stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it was confusing in that sense. Yeah, there's.
Can I ask though?
Sorry, one thing I was thinking of as well. I'm not sure at the end. I'm going to look back through the book, probably tonight and just check. But I swear at the end of the book, you're right. Don't want a bit. Don't want a bit. I know that Ben and Bev get together at the end, but I don't think they have a kid. I think they get together for a little while, and then because of the memory stuff, the connection just kind of starts fizzling out.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That is a shame that they lose all their childhood memories.
Yeah,
because it looks like some good times.
It's not really a happy ending.
It is not, and it kind of bugged me a little bit that Audra came through in the end. I would have preferred it if it was a heavier ending.
And in the book, she definitely doesn't come all the way back like she does there. Like, you know how you see her like grab onto his shoulder?
She comes totally
That's
back.
That's pretty much all you get. So Bill's got a bit of optimism. But she doesn't come all the way back in the book.
It's like the first step in the road to recovery.
Yeah.
It's not just instant recovery.
Yeah, and then them jumping on Silver and riding his bike, like, and he's like, oh, I nearly beat the devil kind of thing. Like, that's a continuous thing throughout the book, and then they just tack that on the end.
Right at the end. Right after Mike talking about how Bill is filled with such sadness.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, within 5 minutes, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because Bill stayed in Derry at Mike's house at the end while Mike was still in hospital, like just to stay with Audra, and then he gets a bit of a squeeze on the shoulder, and then they leave, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, that was I can see why the director felt the second half wasn't as strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. How can you make a bunch of 30, 40-year-olds act like 10-year-olds?
I like the way that the book does it as well. It's not as the way that I set this up was good for sure. But like towards the end, you needed some more of the kids stuff because that's really
that's the strongest part.
That's what lifts it really.
And
so
the stakes are greater when it's a kid.
Yeah,
they've had 30 years to learn things, to gain common sense and stuff like that, and you lose your wonder. You know what I mean? Like that sense of anything's possible. Yeah, you can believe whatever you want.
That's pretty much the theme throughout this entire movie. Yeah.
So it did. All in all, it was a good 3 hours. Like I was about to say, it didn't feel like 3 hours. It felt like 3 hours.
Yeah,
it was long, but yeah.
I would kind of say that it didn't feel like 3 hours for me. Like that kind of. But then again, this is my first viewing as well, so that makes sense. But yeah, like I've got there's lots that I feel like I can poke holes at, but I also really liked it. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
It's one of those ones you can just forgive.
Yeah.
The greater picture. It's like I'm cool with that. I'm cool
Yeah.
with that fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm cool with that cheesy line. And
Yeah, and I think I'm more forgiving because it is a TV miniseries as well.
that's what I think people are forgetting. Like I hear a lot of people rag on it and say stuff about the visual effects.
A lot of people might not be aware that it's a TV movie.
I think that's what they don't realize.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a two-parter only for TV. They can only get away with certain things. And
if anybody sat down to watch this, they probably watched it all in one go as well. And I could see that being a bit of a slog for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh man, can you imagine the time? Like I was born when this came out. Like imagine Saturday night you watch the first part and you have to wait a whole week to see the set. Oh man, that would be cool.
Yeah, yeah. See, really, the only thing that I do with that kind of stuff nowadays is Game of Thrones. It's really the only one that I watch week to week with everybody else.
Man, I'm Rick and Morty at the moment.
Oh yeah,
Thank
God. Oh, well,
God.
actually, me too. Me too.
You started watching it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, we'll talk about that off mic. I'll be here for hours. But a lot of people say that Pennywise was the scariest character they knew as a kid, and it doesn't hold up. Is he scary, or is he just a pleasure to watch? I think he had potential to be scary, but it was just a joy to watch.
Yeah, I wasn't scared of it. No way.
No.
Yeah, there were no real scary bits in this for me at all.
I could see as a kid, I could see how certain scenes would have scared me.
Or just
sure.
if somebody already has a bit of a fear of clowns, this isn't going to fucking help. So
no,
that there might be some of that involved in what they're saying. Yeah, I don't find him scary at all. I think I'm going to be fucking shit scared of Bill Skarsgård's version. Yeah.
Like it does make me sad that Tim Curry's voice isn't going to come out of that. Out of this Pennywise.
Yeah.
But I'm very keen to see what he does.
Yeah.
Because there is certain moments like he doesn't have the physicality. You know what I mean? Like it's more mental shit with he's tapping into your deepest fears. I feel like in the remake it's going to be more I'm going to get you. Like I'm going to come and grab you and throw you across the room or something like that. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see both types.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still think Curry's going to be my favorite.
Yeah.
You just I can't say enough good about how much I love him in this movie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, no, I do agree.
I'm holding my little Pennywise pop at the moment, like little teeth.
Yeah, no, I think he's great.
He's probably my favorite character in it, next to Ben, young Ben. Yeah. Like Child Ben is easily my favorite.
Yeah, there's something cool about Child Ben, isn't there?
He's a loner, but he knows what he's talking. Like something about him. He's like, yeah, I know I'm a loner, but whatever. Like, I know I'm comfortable with myself.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. Now that we've gone through it all, we've watched it all. We didn't mention it in the last episode, just because I wanted to see how it all kind of
panned out.
Yeah, panned out. But in this one, like Ben lives with his cousins. Like him and his mum moved to Derry. And that didn't happen in the original one in the book. That didn't happen in the original.
See, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was like Ben was literally just a loner.
Yeah,
like
no library.
Yeah, there was fuck all library stuff when it came to Ben.
Mentioned it. We've got a great library, but you can't go in it.
It's not until they're adults that they even go in there. But Ben's in there all the fucking time as a kid.
And there's the glass hallway. I was really waiting for the glass hallway.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not here.
Yeah.
Because they made it out to be such a magical thing for Ben. Like it was such a big thing for him to be walk through there and read the books. And
because it was that hallway that was between the children's bit and the adults bit. Yeah. So like, I mean, which makes like, I can understand why people would think that, because when I was reading it, I was like, isn't this a small town? Like, why haven't all these kids met before? Like, don't they go to the same school? And it's just like, well, it's kind of these events that bring them together in the end. Like,
yeah, I guess they are from their different groups and
and they've all just kind of come together in a way, which makes a lot of sense. But then it's almost like they were trying to really ram that home in this. Like, oh no, Ben's from out of town. Like Bill and Eddie, they know each other already. Yeah, you know, like, and then Bev rocks up and she's like, "Oh yeah, she introduces somebody in first part." It's like, haven't you all just
you're in class together?
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah,
that was handled a bit strange.
Yeah,
it even felt awkward amongst the kids. Like, yeah, we went to the same school.
Yeah.
But
like Bev and Ben were in the same class, and Ben would just like be infatuated with her, but they never really
got anywhere.
Yeah, they never really spoke that much. But then, as things happen, they obviously have reason to. But
Like,
yeah, I mean, still that's just also just like poking holes as well, like finding things to poke holes in.
Yeah, like it was like I could get away, forgive it more with the children, like being that heavy-handed stuff. But there's one bit I remember with Eddie as an adult that just was like, oh my god, I get it, you guys are close. Like, they were talking about how Mike kind of sacrificed himself by staying back, allowing everyone to go have their careers and leave Derry and forget about it. And he gets up and like kind of does like a very solid handshake and I respect you for what you've done or something like that. And I'm just like, it just felt really awkward. Like, just standing up in the middle of the room saying that, and Mike's just like, yeah, cheers, bro.
Yeah. Then Mike comes out and just goes, it's just how it happened. You like it. It was
go.
Yeah, it was up to our parents as well. Like your parents moved away, mine stayed here, and then when I grew up, I decided to stay myself. So that's just how it worked.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's nobody's fault. Like, don't apologize to me, bro.
I'm not a knight in shining armor.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just fucking
didn't get out of this town.
I stayed here, so I thought I might as well do the work. You know, like, yeah, that was really strange.
There was some over the top little bits. Like they were really, I guess they weren't getting that connection that they wanted to as they did with the kids. And
so trying to force it. Yeah. I really feel that. So, I can really feel that. Yeah.
But I think all in all, that was probably the only true fault in the movie was some of the performances of the adults. Everything else, I can forgive it.
Yeah. So some kind of dodgy special effects, but that's also totally forgiven being a TV.
Yeah,
made for TV movie. And I kind of like those effects as well. They're kind of kitschy. And
I have so much more respect for it because it's like they use baby powder with a toothbrush to get his grey hair. Like,
they're trying. They're doing stuff.
They're making shit. They're putting shit together and hoping that something comes of it.
And just making the best of a bad time. Like not having any fucking budget.
Yeah,
but still being able to pull that kind of stuff off is pretty commendable. Yeah.
So yeah, I got one more thing in my notes that I thought was kind of interesting. All of the adults were slightly injured during the library scene, with all the objects flying around and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
All of them were hurt, like to some degree. Like they
So it's a bit like a couple of weeks ago with Christine.
Yeah.
With them all bashing up the car.
Yeah. They did all that was all one take, but they managed to wreck the entire set. Like throughout that scene, they somehow, in the calamity of it all, them all just overreacting to that scene. They just broke a bunch of shit and hurt themselves, got cut, bruises, shit like that. Yeah, I quite find that's a I love hearing that when it's not today's OH&S or anything like that. It's just like, just go in and do that scene.
Yeah,
forget that thing's on fire right now.
Yeah,
just jump through that hoop. It's cool. It'll look great on film. But another thing I always liked, and speaking about Pennywise being scary, he almost turned down the role, Tim Curry.
Okay.
Because he just finished Legend. I haven't seen that film, but he plays like that big devil.
Oh yes, I was wondering if that was the thing. Yeah.
And he didn't want to do it because he still had the nightmares of being in that suit all the time. He loved the role, but he hated being in the makeup all the time. And he thought, oh God, I'm going to have to be completely made up the entire time. And the director was like, you know what? No, they made some readjustments and made it just makeup and the hair. And he said his performance just replaced any need for prosthetics.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
And even when he was just on set, the kids wouldn't go near him, because they were just so off put by him.
Oh really?
He didn't pull like a Daniel Day-Lewis and stay completely as Lincoln.
Yeah.
He was
didn't
just
method it.
Yeah, he was just kind of off putting just all the time, and they were just like, I don't want to go near him. Like, get him away from me. So it's good to know that like he kind of kept it up. It looked like he had so much fun making this movie.
Yeah, it does.
Even like just I didn't speak of it, but my absolute favorite scene in the entire movie is when Richie goes to the library and the balloons pop and all that, and he's doing Excuse me, third. Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Yeah, and he's just spinning that thing. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. And he's just like yelling at the librarian.
Dervish or some
Yeah,
shit
and he's
like
just
that.
yelling at the librarian, trying to yell over the sound.
And
Well, because in the book, all that happens to Ben. That's all Ben.
is it?
Yeah.
I love his voice when he first is is speaking to Richie. He's like, a little young, isn't she, Richie? And he's trying not to crack up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved it so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goosebumps just thinking about it.
And that exact same thing happens to Ben. He's like, little young. Like, yeah.
He's a professional. That man can do things with his voice. My god.
Yeah. All right. Was there anything else you've got? I think
Not
that's.
really,
I think
man.
that's it.
I can't think I can fanboy anymore.
Yeah.
I think I'm all fanboyed out.
I think that is it.
I loved it.
That's it. That was damn good. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
May I ask, did you have a favorite scene?
My favorite scene. That's a good question, to be honest.
It could be a goof. It can be like a fuck up or something like that.
I did like the dinner friends.
Oh, the dinner friends.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, that is a standout.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is fantastic.
I do like that a lot.
And you see people throwing their heads back
Yeah.
to music while having chopsticks with... Oh, my God.
One thing I didn't mention that I loved that they did in this, that they did in the book as well, is when Bev goes back to her house with the old crone.
Oh, yeah, that
The
was a
old lady.
really good scare.
So fucking good.
That actually was a very
Because
good moment.
that's one of my favorite parts of the book as well.
Mm.
Like, just the way... I mean, it's also one of my favorite bits because it makes me uncomfortable as well because of Bev's dad.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking well done, and I'm quite surprised at how well they pulled it off in this, to be honest.
You know, something that played a factor in that was that the director actually cleared the entire set and the entire street, so there's not a soul anywhere. So it was just like this unnatural quietness.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's why he said it just seemed to work. Everyone just freaked out more, and whenever they, the lady's teeth changed and stuff like that, it just had such more impact because it was only like the cameraman, the director, and the two actors. Like that was really it. And that's right. That's probably, I forgot about that scene, but that was done really well.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
She goes outside and the truck's about to hit her, and she sees the whole place is boarded up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Really good. And the way that plays out in the book is fucking unsettling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
God damn.
yeah. All right, well, we'll leave it there
That's Steve.
because we've got some more it to come next week with the brand new film.
We've got a remake, the film that I never thought would see the day.
Yeah.
Let alone did I think that they'd get a 8-bit flash game for promotion on
I
its
forgot
website.
about that. Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I just, from being stuck in development hell forever to now being on a week or two away. That's crazy.
It is so crazy how close this is. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm fucking choosing to see a horror movie in the cinema.
I keep forgetting that part. It's not going to watch it in here on my TV. It's with people and sound too loud.
Yeah.
Jumpy scaries.
Yeah. Yeah. So so next week's episode will probably be a bit more of a outside broadcasty kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like our excited ramblings as soon as we finish. Like, holy shit! It was blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and the anticipation at the start. So yeah, I'm fucking pumped. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Well,
I'm so glad that we've watched this now, though.
Oh yeah, you can't go into the.
I've been finished the book for like 2 or 3 weeks now, and I've been fucking itching to watch this.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we have. I'm so glad we've done it now. So glad we've done it.
Me too. Like,
yeah. All right. Well, we'll leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for listening to.
that was basically Stephen King month, isn't it?
That was pretty much Stephen King month. And then just a little crown on top of it next week. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed Stephen King month.
Oh, before we finish up, we didn't give it a rating. Where is it leveled in
in
our
yes,
list?
I forgot about. Oh, it's the top.
Yeah, good.
It's the top.
It's pretty much exactly the same, isn't it? It's this, Christine, Dreamcatcher, 1408, Riding the Bullet.
Yep. We both had
Nice.
the exact same ranking. Yeah.
I think I think we ended it pretty strong.
I think we did. I think we ended strong.
Because I've kind of been in the mood to rewatch Christine. I've been thinking.
Oh,
about
really?
It a lot. I just enjoyed that movie
Yeah.
so much. It's just so solid. So yeah, I'm happy to end it on such a solid,
Yeah, that was fucking great.
great 2 films.
That was great. It's been a good month. It's been a good month.
Good fun. I wonder
Yeah.
who we'll do next.
Yes. If like we keep saying, let us know if there's anybody you're really into. Let us know, and we'll block out a whole month for them.
Yeah, shit, man.
And see how we go.
If Hooper does another movie soon, we might get on Hooper.
There you go. There you go. Why
We'll
not?
see.
Why not?
We're a little bit tired, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So you can send us those kinds of suggestions. Add us on Facebook, Into the Minds of Madness. At itmumpod, ITMOMPOD for Instagram and Twitter. itmumpod@gmail.com for emails. And I think that's about it. And if you can, give us a sweet 5-star review if you like.
Yeah.
On the iTunes. We haven't had a review yet, so I'll start fucking asking.
That'd be a nice surprise.
Asking you guys for one.
I want to hear some thoughts. I want to hear some I want to hear some passionate.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear the one fan for riding the bullet.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I want some feedback, people.
Yeah. So all you people have been hitting us up. Linda Moulton from New York, Mr. Matthew Frost, Mr. Brad Love from Canada. Just everybody who's been hitting us up. Mick McConnell, hit us up.
Thanks, Canada. I don't know what it is, but you guys seem to like it.
Yeah, we're getting some good downloads in Canada, so we appreciate that. That's awesome. We thank you, Canada.
Yeah, like I'd say we do a Canadian horror movie, but the first one that just popped in my head was Yoga Hoses, and I'm sorry for even mentioning it. Fuck that movie. that must be like a hate crime to you guys.
Yeah.
The amount of times I rip on you.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we'll see you next week for the remake of It. Ooh, for the first time on the big screen.
Man, I'm excited.
I had to.
It's gonna be good.
Terrified.
It'll float.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, floating horror.
Floating horror.